So this video is going to be different than any other video I make, which are challenges and stuff. I'm just basically going to tell a story. I'm sitting outside in the car right now because my parents are home. They're being really loud and I just wanted to make a quiet video. Now it's probably going to be thunder in the background. That's because it just got finished storming. So yeah. That's the main story. Is me and my friend Luke, we were walking these railroad tracks and we ended up getting lost in the woods. And I'm going to tell you the story that goes behind it and how we got lost in these woods. We didn't actually get lost in the woods, but you'll figure out what I mean when I tell the story. So basically, I just want to go to my friend Luke's house, and I had my brother drop me off on his way to work, and he worked like right down the street, so I didn't have anything to drive, and he didn't have anything to drive, and well, we just wanted something to do, so we decided to just walk the railroad tracks. We're just walking railroad tracks. We're walking for at least a good half an hour, and I'm like, when are these railroad tracks gonna end? Where are we going? And he's like, oh, there's an Arby's at the end of the railroad tracks. And I was like, okay, I'm kind of hungry. We were both starving, and we were thirsty as anything, and we were tired. So we saw we were about halfway through the railroad tracks Arby's, so we were just gonna walk it out and then have my dad, I called my dad to have him pick us up at Arby's when we were there and on his way home from work. And so the plan was we were gonna go to Arby's and then get some food. My dad was gonna pick us up on his way home from work, and it was gonna be an awesome time, but the plan backfired, and that is not at all what happened. We just kept walking, and my friend Luke had to use the bathroom really bad, so he was like, you know what, I can't hold it anymore. I'm just gonna go in the woods. So we went into the woods and he started using the bathroom in the woods, and yeah, he took his underwear and ripped it and then used that as toilet paper. Sorry, Luke. I know you don't want people knowing that, but now they do. We were walking through our tracks for a while, and then I look at my my little GPS thing, and I see there's an Arby's across the highway, and we're in this like industrial park, and there's like no way to get out of this industrial park unless like we go into the woods and go around the fence. But that wasn't the case. We get into the woods, and then we're looking for the end of the fence, and we keep walking like in a direction the way the fence goes, looking for the end. The fence never ends. Excuse the sun. So we're in these woods and we cannot find an end to the fence. So my dad calls, we're in the woods, and we didn't know we were in the woods because it was, hear that? Anyway, yeah, we didn't know where we were in the woods, so my dad calls me. He's like, where are you guys? And I was like, well, where are you? He's like, I'm almost to Arby's. And we're like, okay, well, we're kind of lost in the woods right now. We don't know where we are. He's like, what do you mean you don't know where you are? And I'm like, we're in the woods. We don't know where we are in the woods. So he was like, he got all mad, hung up and everything, and then basically we had to find our way out of the woods. We found our way out of the woods, and then we found this fence that was low enough for us to climb over. So my friend Luke threw both his flip-flops over, and then realized, and then I started climbing over the fence after those flip-flops, and I put my hand up on the top of the fence. It felt like bees stinging my hand, like I put my hand on a bee's nest. There was barbed wire on the other side of the freaking fence. My hand was bleeding. I was mad. Luke didn't have flip-flops because he couldn't get over the fence because dang barbed wire. Then this lady comes up in the car. She's like, you guys need help? We're like, yeah, can you please throw over the flip-flops? She gets out of the car, throws over the flip-flops, and then she tells us there's this bridge that we had to cross. Like 100 feet to the left. We didn't see that bridge. And then finally, there's this bridge we had to cross to get out of there, and then it was a really sketchy little small bridge, and holy crap, that sun is bright. So we crossed the bridge, and then we're leaving the industrial park, and then we realize we gotta walk on the side of the highway for a little bit, and then we're walking on the side of the highway, and it starts pouring down rain when we're walking on the side of the highway. And then there's like a Arby's here and a Papa John's, so we just sat at the Papa John's and called my dad. I was like, hey Dad, we're at Papa John's. He's like, I'm already home. So he's already home, which is like 20 minutes out of the way. So then he has to come all the way back to Papa John's, and he was not happy whatsoever. Anyway, the lesson I learned is never walk on the railroad tracks, and don't walk where you don't know where you're going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video and like this video if you want to hear more stories, and subscribe for more videos. Subscribers starting to rise a little bit. I'm kind of happy about that, finally. And yeah, more challenges on the way. Short films are on the way. Like I say, they're coming. I'll see ya.